lr.com/wakeupcalldt. You're watching on Facebook Live on facebook.com/livenowdt, and you're also watching on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. So very excited for this opportunity and so very happy to have you here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being with us and having some fun with us as always whenever you get an opportunity to, including here on a beautiful and wonderful Friday. I mean, the thing is about the snow, it's been so pretty and it's been so light and so nice that, you know, even if you don't like the snow and you're somewhere where it snows like central and upstate New York, I don't know. To me, I'm also a glass half full guy, so I appreciate the snow. I appreciate the fact that it's snowing a little bit, and I don't know. I like that there's snow on the ground. I like that I can see it. I like that I can enjoy it. So, you know, to me, I don't know. I have no complaints. So hopefully you can appreciate the snow because I like it. I like if it's going to be on the ground and it's going to have that light kind of it's in the air. I don't know. To me, it's that's kind of like it's like a movie to me. And so I like it. So I appreciate it. So my annoying moment of the week is not going to be snow because I just don't feel that way about the snow. I actually like the snow. So, and if I didn't, I wouldn't live up here. You know, there's people that hate snow and they complain about it all the time in Central New York. And I'm like, you live here. You chose to live here. It's not going to change. Like, we're going to have snow probably always. And you know what I mean? Like, this is us. You know, we are snow. That is Central New York. That's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So, you know, I think we have to kind of just, I mean, either you have to accept that it's going to snow in Central New York or you got to get over it because it's going to snow. And that's just the reality of it all. So, welcome you to today's show. I hope you like that God shakes the snow globe up a little bit. I think it's beautiful and I think it's fun. We have a lot to enjoy and a lot to appreciate in our lives, and I appreciate the snow. I have no qualms with the snow. So hopefully you can appreciate it too and make the most of it here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. I'm happy to be here hanging out inside of the Cafe Kubal Studios with 5 locations around Central New York. You can get yourself to Cafe Kubal on 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 208 North Townsend Street, 401 South Salina Street, all in Syracuse. And their newest location, which can be found in the brown-striped building that welcomes you into Manlius on 343 Fayette Street in Manlius, New York. So, whichever one you choose to go to, thank you for going there, and we appreciate it tremendously that you support local wherever and however you can. So, and every little bit helps. So thank you for that. Inside of MonPazPopcorn.com is what's popping. Speaking of local, go to MonPazPopcorn.com and use the promo code DT20 to get 20% off of your orders for anywhere within the 50 United States. And for those of you that are going, there's 50? Yeah. So, there is. Some people count them. The annoying moment of the week, we'll start things off, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt. Then we'll get into Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-Lib, and Deliver, presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero with my co-host, Juanita Ward, focusing today on the spotlight topic being one phone call away. Just one phone call away. We'll talk about that. The top dog of the week, presented by Canine Camp Dog Daycare and Canine Kampground Dog Boarding, will honor Daniel Santiago. Daniel was on the show last week, and within a week, he got his first Division I offer, and it came to him from the University of Arizona inside of the Pac-12. So, a heck of a first offer for this gentleman to get, and very proud and excited for him and very, very happy for the young man to have the offer that he has. So God bless to you, Daniel, and looking forward to having you on the show here where sports meets life on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. So very, very happy to see him doing what he's doing and very, very much appreciative that he's going to be on the show today, and we're proud to honor him as this week's top dog of the week. With that being stated, we are going to jump right in to our first part of our trio of signature segments for every single Friday, and that, of course, is the annoying moment of the week, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt on 4322 East Genesee Street in DeWitt, New York. It is what happy tastes like, and it is exclusively here for you every single week. the annoying moment of the week. I love it. It's exciting, and it's always a fun thing for me to do. So here we go.
Dan Tortora proudly brings you...
Is that for real? Are you kidding me?
The annoying moment of the week.
I really honestly, I don't know how to respond to this.
Presented by Carvel DeWitt, 4322 East Genesee Street. It's what happy tastes like.
You have to be that crazy. I guess so.
The annoying moment of the week this week. I have a couple. It's stuff that's been on my mind, so I have a couple things to call the annoying moment of the week. And first and foremost, the annoying moment of the week, I would have to definitely say that when you go to the supermarket or you go to like any grocery store or anything like that, I would have to say that the annoying moment of the week for me personally would be the fact that I'm not going to name the place, but I think a lot of people know the place by the way I'm going to describe it right now. When you go to this place, they have about 30, I'm going to say they have like 31. I feel like it's an odd number, but they have a ton of lanes. And the lanes a lot of the times are not open. So you got 31, so outside of Corona time, you got 31 lanes, right? You got 31 lanes, but you only have 3 of them open. What is the point of that? What is the point of doing that? You funnel everybody to one area, but you got 31 lanes open so that you don't have to hire staff. I mean, is that what it is? So that to me is an annoying moment when you're going to the grocery store, you want to check out, and I think they've gotten a lot better during Corona times, so I hope it stays. You know, that's one positive that I could take away from Corona times. I mean, there's a lot of positives to take away. I try to be glass half full. The fact that so many people have gotten the virus and so many people have died is undeniably horrible. And there's no way around the sadness that is. You know, I shouldn't say there's no way around the sadness. It's a horrible thing to have to see. But I will tell you that glass half full Dan looks at this situation, and I say to myself, okay, you know what I mean? Let's try and see the positives. And I think one of the positives is the fact that the lanes are being kind of handled a little bit better in these places, because one of the places I would go to, and I'm not going to name the place, but one of the places that I would go to, I would literally go and get in line and say, okay, lane 1's open, lane 13's open, lane 23's open, and that was it. And I was like, what's the point? And I got 3 things in my hand, and this lady's got 52, and I'm going to be here forever, right? So, I mean, to me, it's that annoyance of. And I was like, what's the point? The other thing is the self-checkouts now, right? When there's a self-checkout, now the self-checkout's not the annoying moment of the week. You know, like, understand me on that. The self-checkout is not the annoying moment of the week. The self-checkout is actually a good thing. I like the self-checkout. And when you go through the self-checkout, everything's good, everything's fine, it's awesome, it's wonderful. Except for last night, I went to go to the self-checkout, and it was all closed. It was all locked down. And I'm sitting here going, why is it locked down? Isn't the whole point of having a self-checkout, like being able to self-checkout without having to deal with anybody and just do it? So, grocery stores, supermarkets, please get it right. Please understand, we're just trying to get in and out of there. We're just trying to go home. We just want to relax. You know, please understand that is our desire, and that is our hope, and that is our truth.
Street
we just want to get in.
Street
we want to get out. We want to go home.
Please get it right.
So I hope
please
that
understand.
I hope the
we're
things
just
get
trying to get
there.
in and out.
But
of there.
I will make another
We're just
mention,
trying to go home.
Kind of going off of all this stuff about supermarkets. Remember when everything started with Corona, and we didn't know what to do, and we didn't know what to clean, and we didn't know how to clean it, we didn't know how to go about it, we didn't know how we should handle everything. And then supermarkets started cleaning their carts, and you bring the cart, you came in one way, you bring the cart in that entrance, right? Or the carts were all done in that entrance. You come in that entrance, your carts are already washed, you pick them up, you go through the store, you go out the other entrance only, and you leave the carts there, and so they know to clean those, and that the other ones on the other side are clean, and where you're leaving those are dirty. That's how it's supposed to be, right? That's how things work. And then lo and behold, it one day just changed. They're like, yeah, we don't care anymore. They keep telling us Corona's still a threat. They keep telling us to wear our masks. They keep telling us to wash our hands. They keep telling us to be safe. So I have a question. If that is all true, then why do I go to the supermarket now and they don't have the cart cleaned? Maybe they do, but you don't know which cart it is. You don't know the clean carts from the dirty carts. You can enter both ways, and when people leave, they just leave the cart sitting out there. And if people go do what they normally used to do, they take the cart and they go back to the clean carts and they push it in the clean carts. Why is that happening? It's an annoying moment of the week because they keep telling us that we still need to be concerned about Corona. But in the beginning, the supermarkets, clean the cart. Here's a clean cart. Oh, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. That's not clean. Come over here. Get this one, sir. That's not the way anymore. Now it's like, clean it yourself or don't. Or take it thinking that it's clean and it's not. If you want to know, people are like, why are we spreading the virus? How are we spreading the virus? I would tell you that if people are going out that have it or don't even know that they have it, and the system of cleaning carts and having one entrance in and one entrance out and clean and leave, that was a workable system for a couple months? And then they stopped. Now I go in the grocery store, I don't know what's clean, I don't know what's dirty, I don't want to touch anything, I don't know which way to come in, I don't know if this way is the right way to come in or that way is the right way, and there's no staff member out there helping you. And do they get in trouble for it? No. Do they get asked why? Maybe. I don't know. But the reality of it all is, if this is still a threat and this is still an issue, then why have so many checks and balances in the beginning and now just kind of have a free-for-all, like who cares? If you come in, great. If you don't, great. If you do this, great. If you don't do this, that's great too. I expect better. And I'll tell you my other annoying moment of the week for this week, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt. This one has to do with lines, but in a different way. Have you ever gone through security at the airport? And when you're going through security at the airport, there's people behind you or a person behind you that is pushing you to go faster. Like you literally are getting anxiety, which you should never let anybody bother you. That's a different story. But the reality of it all is you're getting anxiety and you're getting worked up and you're getting nervous because somebody is kind of like pushing you along, trying to get you to go faster. Have you been through that? Have you been through that? Because I've been through that. I've been in situations like that where somebody is like up your butt trying to push you to go. And it's annoying as all get out. And I can't stand it. Because the thing is, here's reality, okay? Most people going through security are trying to go through security. They're trying to go through it safely. They're trying to go through it in a smart fashion. They're trying to do what they can to get where they need to go. And they're trying to do it efficiently. But there's that person that's always like kind of pushing you along. And I've been in those situations before where there's a lady behind me and I got to take out the laptop. I got to take my shoes off. So now when I go through, and nobody should have to do this, okay? I've learned a system. I've taught myself a system. But this is not fair of a system, okay? And I know life isn't fair, but let me just hear me out. I now take my belt off and sometimes put it like over my shoulders, like a scarf. I take my shoelaces and I undo my shoelaces and I stick them in the side of my shoe. so I could quickly slip off my shoes. My belt's already off, and I take like all my other stuff out of my pockets and I put it in something else. So that when I get up there, it's like, okay, there's nothing in my pockets already, shoes off, and I just got to take my laptop out, put this all, and go. And sometimes that's not fast enough for the person behind me. We should not have to feel like we are a traveling salesman going through security at the airport. You should never have to feel that way, where, you know, I got to make sure I got everything off at any given time. And I think people are a little bit nicer now during Corona times, but get a clue, human beings. Like, it's going to take a minute for us to get through security. And yeah, sometimes it stinks when somebody's trying to get to a flight and somebody's trying to do this, somebody's trying to do that. I get that. But I can assure you I'm not trying to keep you from your day. I can promise you I'm not. But going through security and feeling like you have to rush, that frustrates the heck out of me. I don't like it. So it's an annoying moment of the week because it needs to be spoken about, because it's enough. It's enough. It's unnecessary and it's enough. We don't all have to deal with you just because you decided that you want to rush today. And if you want to rush, that's fine. But I'm not sitting here looking at the butterflies in security. I'm just trying to get my shoes off. You know, and I try to get more and more efficient as time goes by, but sometimes you just feel like no matter what you do, it's not efficient enough. So, you know, it is what it is. We are who we are, but it becomes what you make of it. And that's reality to me. That's my reality. So, you be the best you can be, you do everything you can, and you try your best. But at the end of the day, we're all done and it becomes what you make. Let me be me. Let me do me. And when I want to go through security and take an extra 2 seconds to get my toiletries out, if you huff behind me, I won't drop kick you, but I'll think about it. And I hope that you realize that maybe you should just be a little bit nicer. Because being nice goes a long way. So, going through the grocery store, wash the carts, let us know it's clean, let us know it's not. Open up your lanes and let us get in and out of there. And number two, because how does social distancing work when you have one lane open? Everybody's up each other's butt. Like, if you have a bunch of lanes open, you're spreading people out. Isn't that the whole thing they tell? That's the thing I don't understand. They tell us to spread out. You go in places that nobody's spread out. And a lot of the times, it's corporate companies. It's not local. It's corporate. Local's doing everything they possibly can to do things right. A lot, you know, the businesses I know. I can't speak for everybody, but the businesses I know, they're trying to do things right. But this corporate stuff, they don't care. And I think it's because they don't think they're ever going to be closed down and they have special treatment from the government. But I feel like that's the feeling, is like, well, who's going to shut us down? We're too big to be shut down. And ego and pride are always there before the fall. So keep being nice, keep being good. Don't huff and puff when somebody's trying to get all their stuff out of their bag and they're trying to do it in a fast fashion. They're not lackadaisical. They're trying to do what they can do. So appreciate the fact that we're all trying to get through security together. We're trying to do this all together. So be nice, be courteous, be kind, open your lanes, clean your carts, and wait for me to take my shoes off. That's today's takeaway from the Annoying Moment of the Week. We'll take a step aside and be back right after this with Lead, Learn, Evolve, Adlib, and Deliver with Juanita Ward. And I want to thank Carvel DeWitt on 4322 East Genesee Street in DeWitt, New York. It is the home, the exclusive home of the Orange Dream, which is my spin on an orange creamsicle in a sundae and a shake form. You can go out there and get it today with orange sherbet, with vanilla ice cream, as well as whipped cream, a cherry, and rainbow sprinkles in shake or sundae form. The Orange Dream is there for you. It's an ode to our hometown, to my hometown. It's a present from me to you exclusively, not just exclusively at Carvel, but exclusively at Carvel DeWitt. Find it today on 4322 East Genesee Street in DeWitt, New York, and don't let the cold weather fool you. We'll take a step aside for a fast break. When we come back, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. We'll move on to Lead, Learn, Evolve, Adlib, and Deliver with the conversation of being one phone call away. Proudly presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero with Juanita Ward.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or iced milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, carvalanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
Cafe Cabal offers same-day local delivery of our products, offering no delivery charge for Onondaga County. Shop cafecabal.com for fresh roasted coffee beans, cold brew, travel mugs, and all your essential Cafe Cabal needs. Cafe Cabal, coffee for the soul.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. We are also featured on video and audio on facebook.com/livenowdt, and now on YouTube Live on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. Plenty of places to watch and listen live, as well as our archives that you can pick up as well on Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, Podbean, and so on and so forth. So, with that being stated, it's time for Lead every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm joined by my co-host, Juanita Ward, my sister in Christ, somebody that I appreciate, I love, and helps me to understand the importance of being one phone call away. That's our topic today, proudly presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero in Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-lib, and deliver. And proving the fact that she's just one phone call away, she's on the line. Juanita, how are we doing today?
Hey, Dan, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well. And Juanita, I got to ask you, we talk about it, it's 2021, excited, it's still January and whatnot. What blessings are you feeling already in 2021? I mean, I feel like God gives me so much to be thankful for, and, I wake up every day like, this happened, and then this happened, and just the little things. And I'm a big kid. I'm excited. I love it. And, I feel so, even in the middle of a storm, God's going, hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. I got you. Like, are you going to complain about this one thing? Or are you going to focus on all these blessings that are here for you? And he over-blesses me, I'll tell you that. I tell him all the time, and that doesn't mean I'm giving it back, but I definitely feel like I've been blessed for multiple lifetimes. And my hope and prayer is that everybody feels that way, not just me. So, in 2021 so far, what are some of the blessings that you feel very appreciative of that you are thankful for?
Well, I'll tell you this. A couple of weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, it snowed here in Mississippi. And, we needed something to just really, kind of give us some type of, just a mellow happiness, joyfulness, because so much went on in 2020. And, here when it snows, we only get, maybe some fuzz, or we'll probably see a couple of snowflakes, then all of a sudden it's all dried up. Well, this time it snowed, Dan, and it stayed on the ground till the next day. Now, I know you're probably like, wait, it snows here all the time. That's nothing. That's not a big deal. For us here in Mississippi, it is a humongous deal, because anytime we hear anything about snow, everything shuts down. Even the lights want to get cut off. Everything is so happy. So the fact that it snowed here a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, we were extremely happy. And I know I was super, super happy. My mother and my father, called me and said, hey, it's snowing. And I went outside and I saw it for myself, and I even took video of it. I mean, it's just the small things for me that has, just truly made me so happy and so grateful and so thankful and just so blessed. I heard this quote the other day, small seeds produce big blessings. And for me, I've had a lot of small seeds that have produced big blessings. I've had a lot of opportunities where I've given and I've really blessed other people. And I believe by me blessing other people in return, God has said, you know what? It's time to shower down some favor upon your life. And so for me, that small blessing that God had given us, to everyone in Mississippi, the snow that was on the ground, it was humongous. And it was extremely, extremely appreciative, because it just doesn't snow here. And, I know that things are changing in the world, but to see that snow on the ground, it really meant something special. It really, really meant something special. So I was grateful for that.
Well, if a little bit of snow down in Mississippi is a blessing, I guess God really loves Syracuse. That is what I'll say. So if a little bit is if that's a blessing, then God's been blessing Syracuse like crazy. So we've actually had a pretty mild winter, but I love it. I love my hometown. So I tell people all the time, I always go back to that Macklemore line, I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. So I love you, Syracuse. Love you, Central and Upstate New York. That's why I came back here to build my company. And you know that you are an awesome piece of my heart. So with that being said, being one phone call away, that's our topic today in Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-Lib, and Deliver, brought to you by Chick-fil-A Cicero on 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, New York. Juanita, we have done this with each other, being one phone call away. And so just speak to the importance of that in life in general at any time. That's, someone has somebody that is one phone call away, ready to listen, ready to help, ready to be there, however they can be.
I was having a conversation with one of my family members a couple of days ago, and it's so amazing that this is our topic for this week. And when we finished the conversation, my niece called me my niece texted me and she said, "Thank you so much, Nene. I really appreciated that conversation. Thank you for being a listening ear. I really needed to vent. I really needed to talk." We never know how much someone else's opinions, someone else's, words that they have, their thoughts. We never know how much that means until that phone call comes through. You never know how much someone needs to just talk to you, or someone needs to just hear you say it's going to be okay, or someone needs to hear you say you can do this, you got it. In the midst of chaos, I know we spoke about chaos last week, but in the midst of chaos, someone can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I need to talk. I just need you to listen to me. I need you to hear me." And in the midst of chaos, when you come back and you give them some type of encouragement, and you just simply say, it's going to be okay. You got it. Keep your head up. Don't give up. Keep going. You got this. God is good. Those small things mean so much. And so when we're talking about one phone call away, we never know what's really on the other side of that phone call and how someone actually truly feels until they begin to talk and open up their mouth to express themselves, maybe through their emotions or maybe through their words. To me, having one phone call away is so important, because the other person on the other end receiving everything that's being spoken, that person plays a huge role and a huge part of what the person that called is going to think in the next 5 seconds, or what that person is going to understand in the next 2 seconds. If you can be a listener and a listening ear and a helping heart for someone else, God placed you there to receive the call. God placed you there to give the encouraging word. God placed you there to give a lending ear. God placed you there, or else that person would not have called you. To me, it's very important to receive the call. And when somebody calls on you, to be that ear, to listen. I don't take it for granted. I take it with great, great joy, because I know that it was allowed for me to have that opportunity. And I'm telling you, it is the best feeling in the whole entire world when you can be on the phone and you're that ear and you get a chance to hear somebody talk. For me to hear my niece say that, Nene, thank you so much for being an ear to listen. She really needed to vent. She really needed to get something off of her chest. And you just don't know how people truly feel. I know several times that's happened, where I've called home from overseas to my parents, and I just needed to talk to them. I just needed to hear them. I just needed to hear their voice. And it just meant the world to me. So if we have that opportunity to be the person receiving the call, be a blessing. If you are the person that's making the call, allow someone to give you that opportunity to encourage you and motivate you.
Yeah, and that's the truth. Sometimes we need the call. Sometimes we have to make the call, and other times the call's made to us. And I know in times of when I make the call that, I may feel a little bit jumbled, might feel a little bit, upset, rocked, whatever it may be. But my thing is to keep my composure and know who I am. Because the biggest thing to me is when you make that call, you want to know who you are. And it helps to talk it through with somebody. I don't have any yes men or yes women in my life on purpose, because I don't want to be told what I want to hear. I want to be told the truth. I want people that are going to help me be the best version of myself. So I try to be that for other people as well, because that matters to me. And so I think that, when we really sit down and we look at everything, I think it's important to, when you make that call, to know who you are. And I know there's going to be times where you don't. I know there's going to be times where you just feel like down is up and up is down and left is right and right is left. And day is night, night is day. But when you make that phone call to be, love yourself through it all, as hard as it is, and to listen. Because at least for me, when there's a problem, I tend to talk. And I'll talk. And you're obviously calling somebody so that you can hear what they have to say. So it's important to take a step back. And also, when somebody makes the call to you, it's like the greatest feeling in the world. For me, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world. It happened recently, like within this past year, I got a phone call. And I just thought to myself, like, after all these years, and, I'm hard on myself, and I'm wondering, did I do this right? Did I do that right? And there's things going through your head, and you're hoping that you're being a good friend because your friends are good to you, and you want to give it back. And somebody calls you, and it's like, I need, buddy, I need you. And that feeling is fantastic. You're not happy that the person that's talking to you is in pain, any type of pain, but it makes you feel good that somebody trusts you with their most dear and intimate information, with things that really matter to them. Being one phone call away, it's the matter of life and death sometimes. It's whether or not somebody's going to jump, whether or not somebody's going to not be the greatest to themselves, whether or not somebody is going to cry all night to themselves. And I can say that there's never been a night that I couldn't call somebody. And I hope that people know that they can call me too. And being there, Juanita, you've been there for me so many times. And I hope that you know that, whenever you need me, I'm there. And, I don't know if I've ever been there for you like you've been there for me, because you've been so incredible. But I hope that I have, or I hope you know that I would be, because being one phone call away is a blessing that God has given me, that I am so thankful for. There has never been a night in 35 years of my life, and I know there never will be, where I don't have somebody that's one phone call away. So I am so gracious of this topic, because I will always be there when someone calls, and I'm thankful that people are there too. And on a personal note between you and I hope you know that, because I go to you for positivity and for reality. And I just, I hope people have friends like you.
And that means so much to me, man. I can't tell you how much, in words I can't tell you, but from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that. We have to really identify, the blessings that we have in our life and the people that we have in our life. We have to really identify and cherish those people, because, there's a saying out there, you never know what you have until it's gone. I personally don't like that saying, because I personally would like to get to know who I have around me while I have them around me, and really get the best out of them, and really, really try to fulfill everything that they can fulfill and that I can fulfill while I have them on this earth, or while I have them around me. And so I try to cherish every single person that comes into my life. I try to give every single person an opportunity to see that there's something special inside of them. And so when we talk about having the phone call, and being one phone call away, for me, it was very important to hear, when I was overseas, to hear my mother and my father talk on the phone. It was very important for me when I was in Syracuse, and I could pick up the phone and call you, Dan, for anything. I mean, this is when you first started doing radio. When we met at the gym, the high school gym. Like, this was huge for me to know that I had another friend, another brother, not even knowing that we were going to be close like this. So I think that it's amazing how phones connect us to people that we really need to be connected with. And early on, we talked about divine connections. And when we pick up the phone and we talk to another person that we feel connected with, I personally believe that that's a divine connection. We have to be able to connect with certain people that's going to give us the right things to do, the right things to say. That's not going to be that yes person. That's going to be a person of wisdom, a person of knowledge, a person of understanding. Most importantly, somebody that's going to help motivate you and push you to the next level. Because ultimately, you don't want to hear yes to everything. That's not how the world is. I mean, you want to keep growing. And if you don't keep growing, if you don't keep bettering yourself, you'll never make it to the next level. You'll never make it to where you're supposed to be. And picking up the phone and making that call and having someone in your ear, having that encouraging person around you to help motivate you, to help encourage you, to help push you outside of the nest is huge. And, I love when we talk about the eagle, because when the eagle gets ready for the babies inside of the nest to fly, the eagle doesn't just go and pick the babies out one by one and say, okay, it's time to go fly. The eagle literally turns that thing over and drops them. And by that time, they have to fly. think it's so important because it's not that the eagle does not nurture and care, but the eagle has covered those baby eagles for so long, and now the time has come for that eagle to fly. It's very important to have people in your life that's going to be there when you need them to be there. But when it's time for you to fly, when it's time for you to get to the next level, you are well equipped enough to move on and get to the next level, knowing that you still have people in your corner that's going to care for you, that's going to love you, that's going to continue to nurture you, that's going to continue to plant good positive seeds, that's going to continue to give you positive things that you need to do. If it's in the form of growth, they're going to continue to give you that growth. Cherish those people that you have in your life, in your corner, that's on that phone, that's connecting you to your next destiny, to your next future, to your next opportunity. Nobody wants to become stagnant. Nobody wakes up and says, all right, today I want to become complacent. Nobody says that. Everybody wants to level up. Everybody wants to go to the next level. And when you have people that you can call, when you have people that you can talk to, whether it's a good day or a bad day, when you have someone in your corner that has that listening ear, you cherish that opportunity, cherish that person. Dan, you've been so much to me in so many different ways. You know, like I said, you're my brother. And I absolutely love you, man, because when we get on the phone and we have conversations like sister and brothers should have conversations. We're open in our conversations. We talk, and that's what makes us so much special, because we are real with each other. And I'm going to tell you, Dan, I appreciate everything that you're doing. You know, you don't claim to be perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. But at the end of the day, we understand that it's a transformation. We continue to renew our mind. But what we do is we put God first. We're not afraid to say that Jesus Christ is the center of our life. We're not afraid to step out. We're not afraid to be all that he's called us to be. We're not afraid of that. And that's the reason why he continues to keep blessing us. That's the reason why he continues to open up all these doors for you, Dan. YouTube, you know, iHeart. He's opened up Chick-fil-A. He's opened up so many other doors for you because you continue to honor him. And in doing so, you've connected with the right people to help continue to keep you moving to the next level. And you know that we don't just sugarcoat things. If it's not right, we tell you. If it's good, we encourage you. But that's what friends are truly for. Nowadays, you have to have people in your life that has tough skin, that understands that when we talk to each other, it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a genuine place, not a place of deceitfulness, not a place of manipulation, not a place of jealousy. All those things do not correlate with being a true loyal friend. A true loyal friend is someone that's going to stick with you to the end, that's going to be with you in rough times, that's going to be able to have your back through thick and thin. That's what a true friend does. And Dan, I'm telling you, man, you got a true friend, because we're in it to win it. And the only way we can do this is knowing that Jesus Christ is the center of our life. He's connected us through this phone call that we're having right now to bring to, you know, the rest of the world. Somebody is going to be blessed by this. Phone calls are just connections to the next level of your life. We have to be able to cherish the people that we are connected with. We have to be able to be happy and joyful for those people, because those people are helping us move to the next level. And I'm so appreciative of being able to use this little cellular device to connect to anybody in the whole entire world. If I wanted to call, I could call overseas. There's an app that allows me to connect with this little small device. I'm appreciative of it because I've met people like you. And you continue to flourish. You continue to just blossom. And you continue to make other people see the greater good just through this simple, small device, this simple connection of just having one phone call. This one phone call right now today is truly going to bless somebody. And I'm so grateful for you, Dan.
I'm grateful for you too, Juanita. And, you know, you were just talking and it made me think about, I'm a big Mace fan, big Mace and Puff Daddy back in the day when he was Puff Daddy. And the song, the hook, can't nobody take my pride, can't nobody hold me down. And that is such a big thing. And being surrounded by people who remind you of who you are when somebody tries to make you forget.
I'll be the first person on the line to say, Juanita, I know who you are. And if you need to be reminded, I got you. I'm not going to call you up and yell at you. Call me, say, Dan, this person did this and that, and I forgot who I was, or I'm questioning myself. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm going to say, I love you. This is who Juanita is. This is what I know. Because love is a beautiful thing. Love doesn't go away. Like does, lust does, infatuation does, but love doesn't go away. And I'll be the first person to stand on the front line and say, this is who you are. This is why I love you. This is why you're amazing. You want me to fly down to you right now? I'll come. What do you want to do? You want to sit on the phone? What do you want to do? What would make you feel better today? You want to FaceTime while we watch a comedy special together? You want me to just tell you some stuff, some jokes that have been on my mind because you had a rough day? You want to run a piece of your book by me? I want to run a piece of my movie idea by you? There is nothing wrong with calling up a loved one and saying, hey, I'm hurting. And there's nothing wrong with being the person that they call when they're hurting. We're not perfect. Every person on this planet has gone through adversity. And when you're a good person, God doesn't leave you alone. Heck, when you're not a good person, God still tries to send you people. And you might push them away, but God sends people everywhere. Even in your worst moments, God goes, hey, I'm trying to help you. I love you. I got your back. And I can say from my personal life, when I was wrong and I'm trying to become a better person, God didn't leave. My friends didn't leave. My loved ones, my family, the true people never left. Everybody like yourself has always said, I know Dan Tortora. And I'll call them up and say, I know Juanita Ward. I've known Juanita Ward for, a decade now? I know who she is. And I love her because she's part of my family because she's kind. She's compassionate. She gives her time. She answers her phone. If she doesn't, she'll get back to you. She's not going to leave you hanging. She cares about how you feel. She's purposeful in her words. She's warm. She's encouraging. She wants you to love yourself. She's not here to judge you. She's not here to put you down. She's here to help. And Juanita, I got an amazing call because I made a phone call this week to somebody. And they were only one phone call away. And they pick right up. And if they had called me back, fine. Pick right up, fine. Just to know that they cared, awesome. And they picked right up. And you know what they said to me? They said, Dan, you know who you are. You know that whatever's being put out there at you, you know who you are. And I want you to know that I listen to your show. I try to listen to your show every day from work. But I especially every week make it a point to listen on Friday to lead. Because Juanita is inspirational. The conversations are moving. I do whatever I can to listen every day that you're on the air. But I especially circle Friday because that segment, God, it makes me feel good. And I want you to know that because that is exactly what you and I set out to do. We set out to help. And sometimes that means us. Sometimes it means somebody else. Sometimes it's all the above. Because we try to be a light all the time. And even when I'm hurting, I try to be a light. And I just want you to know that there are people out there saying, hey, Friday at 9:30, I know where I'm going to be. And to be one phone call away to anybody that's listening or watching, we're more than proud to do that for you.
Dan, I'm telling you, man, it's moments like this that really make you go, wow. And as I'm sitting here listening to you, and just to hear you say that, the show is making a difference in someone's life, it is kind of hard to fight back the tears, because I'm really trying to get to the next part of this. But to me, that means so much, just to hear that young man say that. That means a lot. And I appreciate him for that. That means a lot.
Well, Juanita, when the world gets interesting, it's just, I heard a lot of stuff, and everybody knows that I'm open about my life, and I talk about things, and I heard a lot of really, really, really hurtful things come at my way. And in the midst of all of it, when I was sitting here trying to sift through all the really horrible things said toward me, that's when I got that statement. That's when I got that, hey, I listen to you and I love everybody you talk to, but that conversation with Juanita, that's something else. And it was like at a time where my heart was hurting and my brain was confused, somebody was telling me, keep going. Then I had another friend send me a message, and he goes, I don't know how you went through everything you went through on Sunday, and then you wake up Monday morning. He goes, how did you do a show? How did you have the capacity to just get on the air and do the show? And this is a person that believes in God, talks about Jesus all the time. He said, I can't even fathom getting up after everything you heard and doing a show. And the funny thing is, there was a Sunday when I found out that my ex-wife had done some things. And I went on the show the next day, and that was years ago. And everybody was like, how in the heck did you get up in the morning? And I think about this statement that I think Marvin Gaye said. It was either Marvin Gaye or his dad. I think it was Marvin Gaye. And he was at a rally, and he was supposed to sing, and he was supposed to be a part of it, whatever. So a couple days before he's supposed to perform, he goes up on stage, and he gets shot. I think he got shot in the leg. And he showed up there 2 days later, and he's singing. And they said to him, why are you here? Marvin, what are you doing? Why would you put yourself... Oh, no, it was Bob Marley. I'm sorry, not Marvin. It was Bob Marley. And they said, why are you here right now? Aren't you terrified? Aren't you in pain? And he looked right into the camera and said, the people trying to make this world a bad place never take a day off. So how can I? So when people say, Dan, how do you get on the air after all of that verbal abuse? Because I can't take a day off from trying to make this world a better place. Dan, how can you go through stuff with your wife and your life is flipped upside down? How do you go through that 7.5 years you gave to somebody and then it changes? How'd you get on the air? Because I can't let this world be in the hands of the hateful. I can't. Juanita, I've had the answer to the question this entire time. Because I call you up and I say, Juanita, why? I'm in pain, I'm hurt. And you know what you should always say to me? Do you ever stop telling your mom you love her? Would you not answer my phone call if you were hurting, Dan? Do you not wake up every day and do what you love? Have you ever let anybody stop you from what you wanted? No. So every time I'm in pain, I go on the air. Every time I'm happy, I go on the air. Every time I want something in life, I fight for it. And nobody's going to tell me I can't get there. And actually think I'm going to listen.
So I think the best piece of advice that I can give to anybody is you may think right now that you can't. That what that person said is so damning that you can't function. You're going to give up right now because they told you to. And then I want you to call me in 3 years. I want you to call me in 3 days. I want you to call me in 3 months because you didn't quit. And when you look back on your life and you look back on everything that happened, where you said, I can't do this anymore, something inside of you did it. Something inside of you got up off the ground. I have 35 years of I can't, but I still do. And my life is nowhere near what people have gone through. But everybody's got a struggle, and everybody's got a pain, and everybody's got a moment. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. But it's not okay to stay not okay. And I can tell you, Juanita, and I know you can feel it in my voice right now. Man, you wanted to give up. I wanted to give up. We all, at some point, wanted to give up. But we don't. We act like what people say matters. We act like what people do matters. But at the end of the day, you and I believe in a God who says, I matter. I got your back. And no matter what anybody says or does, I will never not clothe you. I will never not put a blanket on you when you go to sleep. I will never make your stomach go to bed hungry. I will never let you walk without having your thirst quenched. I will never leave your side. I get up every single day, and sometimes I don't know how I'm doing something until I do. And to me, that's God. Because the pain that I go through in my heart and in my mind and in my soul and in my body, sometimes I don't know what to say. And then 3 years passes by, and I'm smiling talking to you on the phone. 5 years passes by and I'm smiling and talking to you on the phone. 10 years passes by and I'm smiling and talking to you on the phone. Juanita, the best proof that any of us can have on how do we know we're going to get through it is somebody that loves you looking you in the eye and going, well, didn't you already get through something else? God will never, ever leave my side. And that's why I get up every day without a question. Because as much as it hurts, nothing will ever stop me. Because I'm trying to get back home. And I can't get back home if I don't start walking there.
We don't take life for granted. We don't take light of the opportunities that we have. And when we're given an opportunity to push, we bust through things. We don't just push, we bust through things. There's been plenty of opportunities where, for myself, I've wanted to give up. There's been plenty of opportunities for myself where all of the hurt, all of the words were completely damaging to me emotionally and damaging to me mentally. But there was one thing inside me that said, fighters never quit. I remembered a quote that a good friend of mine told me once before when I was younger, and he said that you'll understand this quote later on in life. He said, you wonder why it's so hard for a fire to go out. I said, why is it hard for a fire to go out? The only thing you have to do is put water on it. He says, that's true. That's all you have to do is water the fire and it will go out. But some people put sand on it. Some people put, paper on top of it. Some people would try to put it out with a towel. Some people would try to put it out with whatever's close by. They'll try to stomp on it for it to go out, and it still never goes out. And the only way to get rid of fire is to put water on it so it goes out. And he said, if you don't put water on it, underneath the surface, it's still going to burn. The only thing that gets rid of fire is water. And as I got older, I remembered, man, some of these things that people were saying, I cried. Some of these things that people were saying, I cried. I can remember a time in my life where I literally was in my house by myself, and the only thing I could do was completely cry. If my walls could talk, they would tell you. If my pillow could talk, it would tell you. But I remembered that quote. I remembered exactly what the man said. He said, a fire only goes out by water. And so I started to think about that at the moment, and I said, the only way I'm going to become stronger is if I get it out. How I put the fire out is I have to cry it out. And once I cry it out, I can release it. And it's not saying that I'm a weak person because I'm crying out. It's not saying that I'm a weak person because I let go of some things. It's saying that I'm a strong person because I know that God said that he has a bucket for every single tear that you cry. And only in order to water a plant, you have to put seed in it so that the water can help the roots grow. The roots cannot grow unless it has water to it. It's amazing how fire is put out in order to grow, and it's amazing how seed has to be watered in order to grow. Some people will get it, some people won't. But the comparison between the two is that both of them need water. Water is always a method of cleansing. They tell us don't drink soda, drink water. They tell us don't drink so much sugar, drink water. Why do they say to drink water? Water is the purification to get rid of, the cleansing to get rid of. And if you want to get rid of what's holding you back, cleanse yourself with water. I've had plenty of phone calls where I've called home and I've been on the phone and I've been bawling, crying, on different situations that has happened in life. And after I get off the phone, I'm completely fired up. I called home crying, but when I finished the conversation, I was enthused. I was enlightened. I was fired up. I was inspired. And it's so amazing how the transformation took place in less than an hour or maybe less than 2 hours. It didn't take a whole day to transform my mind. It didn't take a whole day for me to see. It was the connection of the phone calls, but the person on the other end had the key to what I needed. The other end had the key to what I needed to be fired up and motivated. Those words that they spoke really spoke life to me. Those words that they spoke really fed a seed that was inside of me. The tears that I cried when I called home really were cleansing me. Had they not picked up the phone, I would have still been in the same situation. But because someone was on the other end of the phone to give me encouraging words, to be an ear to listen, to be a motivator, to be an encourager, to be a positive force, to tell me if I was right or if I was wrong, even when I got off the phone, I was still encouraged and motivated. And the thing is, I never gave up. I could have quit. I could have thrown in the towel. I could have stopped. But it was something on the other end of the phone that made the connection that really fed to the seed that was inside of me. And it was the encouraging words, because I knew that the other person on the other line truly believed in who I was, truly wanted me to see who I was. And it's not by chance. It's not just because. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's truly a divine connection.
Juanita, if I may, I would like to say a prayer in closing. Is that okay with you?
Most definitely.
God, I want to pray today. I want to thank you for our lives. I want to thank you for each other. I want to thank you that I get to wake up and do what I love. And I pray and I hope that everybody has this blessing. God, I ask you that you look into all of our hearts and all of our minds and help us to see the truth, to feel the truth, to know the truth, to know who we are. That no matter what the devil does to shake, that you will always keep us steady, that you will always hold us true to who we are. Keep us focused. Life is not perfect. Things will happen. Things will challenge us. Adversity will come. But please help us to always know who we are, know our worth, know the importance that we have in your eyes. May we see ourselves in your eyes on good days, on bad days, and every day in between. God, please understand that we are flawed. I know you know that. Help us to know that. We will make mistakes. We will not be perfect.
but when we are surrounded by your angels, by the people and the loved ones and the dogs and the cats and the birds and the trees and whatever it may be that helps us to remind us who we are. Help us to know deep down inside who we are. May that voice of yours never be quieted, never be silenced. And no matter how much fire is on this earth or anywhere we are, give us enough water to put it out. Bless our souls, and may that water not only put out a fire, but may it plant a beautiful flower that is us, that grows and finds its way and grows all the way to the sky and back home to heaven. In Jesus' most gracious, most precious, most forgiving, and most honorable and absolutely incredible name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I love you, Juanita.
I love you too, man. Keep the faith.
Always. I'll talk with you soon. Take care of yourself.
Take care.
That coming once again from Juanita Ward here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt about being one phone call away. Truly appreciate Juanita being here with us and being only one phone call away every single Friday for Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-Lib, and Deliver. Proudly presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero, and as a friend for being only one phone call away when it comes to our connection and everything we have as family, as brother and sister. So thank you to Lead. Thank you to Chick-fil-A Cicero for all you do. So much more than a chicken sandwich. And, such an incredible connection to faith and community and just building up people and being positive day in and day out. Thank you to Chick-fil-A Cicero. Thank you to Juanita Ward. We'll take a step aside and we'll come back as the top dog of the week spotlights Daniel Santiago right after this on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora.
In these unique times, there are those in our community that give us a sense of normalcy and positivity. Pizza Man on 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville has been here for you for over 35 years and is here now. Call 315-638-1234 or order online at pizzamanbeville.com to bring those familiar tastes into your home. And remember to come see our monthly on-site broadcasts centered around the community and our Baldwinsville Bees. Pizza Man in Baldwinsville. Any way you slice it, they are always here for you.
I'm George Townsend of Honda City with some good advice when buying a new car. The true cost of owning a new car is determined by the appraised value when you trade it. No vehicle appraises higher than a Honda. Next, look for low APRs and deep discounts. You also want low maintenance costs and great fuel economy. That's why my advice to you is to buy a new Honda. Looking pre-owned, visit our Honda Certified Used Car Center. Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard, Liverpool, or HondaCity-CNY.com.
It would be a pity if you don't shop at Honda City.
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. He kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here. which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have in any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Proud to be here with you every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, having some fun here where sports always meets life, and very excited to have back on the show. And it's just been a couple days, but very excited to have him back on the show, and that is Daniel Santiago. Daniel Santiago joining us here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, and we are doing something special for him. So before I bring him into the show, I got to bring up the top dog of the week. And as we get set with that here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, to honor that, waiting on that voice from from my pup, from Lily, to honor the top dog of the week from K9 Camp Dog Daycare and K9 Kampground. There it is, K9 Kampground and K9 Camp Dog Daycare. Every single week we honor a person or a group or a business or whatever it may be. We honor someone or something as our top dog of the week. My top dog this week was an easy choice, brought to you by K9 Camp Dog Daycare and K9 Kampground Dog Boarding of East Syracuse, the place to bring your dog for short and long-term care, respectively, right off of Bridge Street. Daniel Santiago being honored as my top dog this week, after speaking just a week ago, is because all that hard work and that dedication, responding to adversity, and being proactive instead of reactive, for going out and chasing his dreams when he could have quit, for doing something different and unconventional than just sitting and waiting and hoping that things work out, to try his best, to keep his hope, to keep his faith, to keep the positivity, but then to put the work into going across the country to the state of Arizona, playing for Utica Proctor in New York, and then going off to Horizon in Arizona to get a season in and get everything set up to enroll as a student there and as an athlete, and to have the opportunity to play football. He made sacrifices. He went across the country. This is a young man, this is a teenager who did so many things to make sure that things could work out and did everything he could to chase his dreams. His family helped him do that, so I want to shout them out as top dogs as well. And a big, big thank you to Daniel for the work that he's done, the work that he's put in. You know, I think so many times we focus on the end game, right? We focus on, well, what happened, you know, at the end of it all. You know, what offers did he get? What did this? What did that? And we don't talk about the work that goes into it and the blood, sweat, and tears that go into it. Well, you can't be named a top dog of the week without blood, sweat, and tears. You can't be named a top dog of the week without putting in the effort and having the enthusiasm to do it. So when you could quit, you don't. When you have every reason to say, I failed and there's no way to get back on the horse, you get back on the horse. My top dog of the week this week is someone who didn't just bark about it, he was about it, and he continues to be. Daniel Santiago is here with us today as our top dog of the week this week on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Daniel, congratulations on your first offer. Welcome back to the show, and shout out to you as being our top dog of the week this week.
I appreciate it. You know, it means a lot.
You know, and Daniel, what does it mean to you to be a top dog? If I said to you, you know, just top dog, describe it, how would you describe that in your own life?
I feel like, you know, it's something to be proud of, and thankful for 100%. You know, I really appreciate it. I feel like obviously it's not the end of the nothing's near done yet, but I feel like things, are starting to pay off, and it feels good, and it's inspiring me to keep going, and keep my foot on the gas.
And I think the beauty of it all is, to see that, you and I spoke, like I said, just a week ago, and how quickly things can turn out. Bring me into that. You and I are on the phone, we're talking, we're celebrating, what you did out there in Arizona. We're talking about the future, you and I spoke, like I said, just a week ago, and whatnot. And then how you quickly things can turn out. Just bring me into that. You and I are on the phone. We're talking in the whirlwind, we're celebrating. You and I saying what you did out there. This is what you're hoping Arizona. We're talking about why you think you've earned the right to play college football. And then boom, here comes an offer. You get the offer within a week. Just bring me into this past week in the whirlwind of you and I saying this is what you're working for. This is what you're hoping for.
They put in a lot of work, if not more than I do. And they help every single day, and it means a lot from them for me. And so this week has been, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't celebrate it now because there's still a long road ahead of us. But it's been it's been rewarding, and it means the most to me. Especially being my first offer being so big. A big conference, big football conference in the country, and it seems unreal still.
And you we're talking right on the heels of you getting the offer from the University of Arizona inside of the Pac-12. Bring me into how you got the offer. Set up the table for all of us. I want the people listening and watching to relive this moment with you. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so, we even after, we talked and, things are getting warmer with a bunch of colleges. My dad has a friend, and he was a running backs coach when my uncle played at Syracuse University. Right now, he trains other coaches, and he runs a bunch of seminars and stuff online, so he knows a lot of people. And, my dad ended up mentioning University of Arizona to him, considering they got a brand new coaching staff. So we figured, they're looking for players. And he reached out to a person he knew there. They said they were going to be evaluated. And the next day, he sent me a number and said to call him. And as soon as they answered the phone, they're just like, "Hey, we want to offer you a full scholarship." They passed the phone around to all the all-star coaching staff. Ricky Hundley, Don Brown, Dwayne Walker, all, known names in the football industry. And, it meant a lot for them to I felt really appreciated by them. And for it to be, so upfront, we want to offer you as soon as they answered the phone. So they told me, it just felt very unreal.
And so, for you, with the notion of, hey, what about Arizona? Bring me into why, that was a conversation, like you said, that there was a mention of, hey, let's talk about Arizona. They got a new staff, maybe they need some help. Bring me into all of that to go maybe a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah, absolutely. So during their last game, unfortunately, it didn't go very well for them. They played a bad game. And after that, the coaching staff took a big change. New head coach and all new assistants, pretty much. So even at the point of the game, me and my dad were like, "Hey, this is not going to go well. I don't think. Do you what do you think about doing some extra work to contact them after they have to get situated?" And he was like, "It sounds good to me." And we sent film to the prior coaches, and the program itself before they hired the new coaching staff. Because we figured it'd be, it'd come about at some point. But, we didn't hear anything back for a while. And like I said, my dad's friend, or my uncle's former coach, he made things happen. Big appreciation to him. And, yeah.
So, you get this, the staff, you get on the phone and immediately, I mean, what were you anticipating when they said, hey, University of Arizona's on the phone? What were you initially thinking was going to happen when you picked up that phone?
Yeah, like I mentioned before in the other interview, I have a lot of teams on the border of offering and saying they're going to offer. So I expected something like that, something like a hi. I'm just touching base and just getting to know me before anything happens, and so that's what I expected, and just being so blunt about we want you to come play for us. We think you can change our program around. It was mind blowing at the time.
So you get on the phone and it's immediate. Bring me into that phone call and your reaction on the phone in that moment. I mean, was it like a hey, how you doing? You're offered, or was it was it like how quickly did they say, Daniel, we want you to come to Arizona?
Probably within the first two sentences spoken in the conversation. So we're going to Tully's for dinner before without the offer. So like it's just a normal day for us. We're getting gas, and my dad gets a text with the phone number just saying to call them. So like I said, I figured it'd be a touch base just to keep me in the loop. But they answer the phone. Hi, is this Daniel? Absolutely. Hi. How are you doing, Coach? We want you to come play for the University of Arizona. And a half-hour conversation turned into one of the biggest days of my life. And it just like I said, it just happened so fast.
Speaking here with Daniel Santiago, 2022 defensive tackle, nose guard, college recruit from Utica Proctor in New York, and most recently of Horizon in Arizona. To go out to Horizon, obviously it helps that the schools out there got to see you. When you and I were speaking in our first conversation just a week ago, we talked about that, how going out to Arizona gave you some more exposure. With the University of Arizona being the first to officially offer you, what does that say to you about your decision to play football in Arizona this past season for Horizon?
I mean, it just like I said before I even got the offer, I knew it. It paid off a little bit. If I wouldn't have made the decision, I doubt I would have this offer today. So that says a lot itself. But even out of the Arizona offer, I had a successful season, probably the best season of my life. It's changed me, changed who I was. The adversity made me a tougher person, and I feel like I said, without the decision to be made, we wouldn't be in the situation we are today.
So what do you think about Arizona? I mean, new staff, new beginnings, new chapter. What are your thoughts on them?
I mean, this sounds really good to me right now, but obviously it's very early. Hopefully a lot more to be added to the table. I appreciate them. The first offer always means a lot because they took the chance. So I'm hoping, after the first offer, other colleges get on board and decide to pull the trigger, just like they've been, saying they were for a while now.
The first offer coming from the quote-unquote Power 5, coming from the Pac-12, coming from a university that's known all over the country and arguably to people around the world in Arizona. When that is your first offer, how confident are you that other schools will follow suit, seeing the Pac-12 Arizona Power 5 be the first to say, Daniel, we think that you should be here?
Yeah, being offered my first offer from such a big school, not only, did it excite me, but it humbled me a lot because, I knew that, it was worth it, and as far as confidence on, the future schools, I feel like it boosted my confidence a little bit because I'm not going to lie, as soon as, things started slowing down with Corona and all, the priorities that the colleges had to take and, the proper precautions, things, I became a little doubtful on, how smoothly things would go because it wasn't happening as smooth as I thought it would and as we projected it would. But, my biggest offer being from that big of a school right now, I mean, I can't be overly confident, but I'm very hopeful for, bigger schools and maybe even my dream school, extending the offer to me.
Yeah, and we spoke about that dream school, and for those that don't know, mention that school again because it's not too far away from where you were playing.
Yeah, same conference. They play each other.
Yeah.
University of Oregon. It's been my dream school for a while now, probably closer to 10 years, and it always means a lot to me, and that's a very big step closer to achieving that goal.
Yeah, and now that's and like we talked about with Oregon, you grew up a fan of them, and that's the dream school. Them being in the same conference, if for nothing else, they're paying attention. I'm sure that everybody within that conference, when somebody is offered somewhere, they're going to take a little bit of a look at that. I would venture to say that you got a good chance at Oregon saying, "Oh, okay, Daniel Santiago. Okay, Arizona offered him. We should maybe watch this film. We should maybe look into this a little bit deeper." If Oregon was to offer you, how difficult would it be for every other school? Would it still be a wide open recruitment? Or, when the dream school comes in, what does that do?
I mean, I've always, made jokes about committing as soon as they offered, but it's obviously not the case, especially being as early as this. I haven't even visited the campus. I don't know anybody personally over there. I don't have, a great connection with them yet, but hopefully things go smoothly and, I can make a decision by the time, obviously before I graduate.
And for you, I mean, Daniel, everything that you've been through, the adversity that you had going across the country to continue to play football, having the opportunity to do so. We've talked about, the people that you're thankful for and whatnot, but to make this entire thing possible, it doesn't just happen. Horizon had to accept you. You had to firm up what you had to firm up with Utica Proctor, firm it up with Horizon. Your family had to be accepting of it out in Arizona. Your family in New York had to be accepting of it. You had to put the work in as a student and as an athlete. The coaching staff had to see value in you. You had to work to earn your way out there on the field. This is not something that just happened. Bring me into these steps and bring me into everything you needed to do and the people that helped you along the way to just make it possible to be in Arizona for a few months to do something that you love.
Yeah, it's been a long road, with some bumps and detours, obviously some obstacles in the way. I mean, obviously, I'm proud to say that we got it done, me and, my family and people who supported me. I'm extremely grateful for the Horizon family, the Dog Pound. They guided me through, when I first got there. They accepted me in, I felt, as if it was a new family. They mean a lot to me still. And, of course, the people here at Proctor, I love Proctor. I love my city. I love where I come from. Hopefully things go all right and I can play my senior year where I started. But, yeah, I mean, it's been, a bumpy road, but things are starting to clear up, and I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
This first chip falling can create a domino effect if you stay focused. What's going to keep you humble and keep you from overhyping yourself, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not going to get a big head. That's a big, priority of mine, to stay humble as possible. Hopefully, like you said, the domino effects, starts getting into play a little bit more. We're thinking it might, considering all the schools, that said they would offer me. I actually have a call with UConn today at 12 o'clock. Hopefully we get something out of that. I mean, things are going to start falling in, and hopefully it all goes smoothly.
With that phone call coming up with UConn at noon today, what are you looking forward to? What are you excited about? How do you prep yourself for this? As I mean, I talk to student athletes all over the country, especially here in Central and Upstate New York, and we discuss the recruitment trail. How do you prepare yourself for the phone call? What's going through your mind when you have UConn coming up today in less than 2 hours?
I mean, I just take it as maybe another step. Maybe another step is for what it takes for me to achieve my goal is to go to college, and play football for free, and go to school for free. I meant not football, but I mean, I'm going in just like I go into, I try to go into the rest of my, interviews and phone calls and things like that with, a humble attitude and just being myself. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not for a phone call. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm expecting, a giant, offer up front, but, hopefully we get close enough for that to be an option in my future.
For you, Daniel, how surreal is it and how strange is it to know that you and I are back on the air here on Wake Up Call just talking, and a week ago we were talking, there were no offers, and now we're talking and there's Arizona. How strange has it been to you from a week ago to today to just, even just be on the air today with an offer, and last week we were saying that we hope that you get one?
Yeah, like I said, man, it still seems unreal to me, to me and my family. Talking to head coach Jetfish last night, him, his entire journey, with a lot of NFL teams. He was the Patriots quarterbacks coach, so I'm sure he has a good bond with Tom Brady, a very well-known name in the football game. So that's, things are starting to feel a little bit more real now, but it still feels like, it was yesterday when we were on the show talking that, hopefully we get these offers. And now that I have it, I'm just truly appreciative and, thankful for the opportunity.
What does it tell you about life that a week ago it's a hope and a dream, and today it's a reality?
It tells me, to not stop, to keep your foot on the gas and, just don't slow down when you had something in mind. And like I said, obviously I've gotten all this help and I'm truly, thankful for that. And I mean, that's really what it tells me, is just to not slow down and, to keep your head up and just keep going forward.
Awesome news coming from Daniel Santiago today on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. As a week ago, he was talking about the opportunity for an offer and different things that he was hoping for, and now we've seen the first chip fall. Daniel, what do you work on now that you're back here in New York? What are you doing to stay ready, stay prepared? Maybe, are you working on putting some more film out there, on workout regimens and whatnot? What are you doing right now to keep yourself fresh and to obviously keep your name out there?
Yeah, absolutely. The grind does not stop over this way. I'm still working, 5-6 days a week, working out, strength-wise, squeeze in some agility and speed between one of those days a week. I'm still, focusing on school a lot and looking forward to training with my Uncle Nick. But, I mean, we tried that yesterday with Accelerate, and obviously, we weren't accepted, I guess, for some odd reason. But I guess we'll just have to find another way to go with that. But yeah, I mean, we just can't stop working. I mean, this is just one piece. It can go away at any time. We keep working for the best, and just keep riding till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, and for you, as you keep working out and keep pushing forward, what do you want to say to other kids that are out there hoping to get an offer, hoping to get an opportunity? What do you want to tell them about, maybe your journey and what you've learned up to this point? Now that you have that offer, you have something under your belt, that first one that first chip has fallen. What's your advice to everybody else out there chasing their dreams?
Like I said, keep your foot on the gas and don't stop when you get something in mind. Another thing is, it's kind of funny that you said that. My girlfriend and I are looking forward to launching a motivational brand called BAM, B-A-M-N, by any means necessary. So, obviously that little quote means a lot to me. The acronym means a lot to me. And I feel like I would just, tell them to get what you need, get your goals in mind and, do what you have to do to achieve them, do anything that's necessary.
by any means necessary, doing things in a positive way, a moral way, and working forward. I think that's awesome that you have that you're working on that. Daniel, you're a teenager, yet you're working hard. You're going across the country. You're doing everything you possibly can to make your dreams come true. Now you want to launch a motivational thing. You want to put stuff out in clothes. You want to have that, by any means necessary. What makes you do all this? I mean, some kids just, kind of hang out and eat burgers and watch Netflix all day. Like, what is motivating you and pushing you to go the extra mile? Because, I've been asked that question. I know other people have been asked that question of like, why do you try so hard? Like, why do you work so hard? And I know why I do it, but why do you do it?
I do it because, I feel like, in the least cliche way possible, you can do whatever you put your mind to. And if I put my mind to something, I feel like I'm going to do it. I'm going to do whatever, I'm going to do it by any means necessary. And, if there's something I feel is out of reach, I just think, what can I do to get that in reach? What are the extra steps I can take? And obviously, being where I come from, Utica, things aren't going great. A lot of crime and a lot of violence and a lot of negativity here. I feel like, a new source of motivation would be, ideal in this case. And, like I said, we're working on it, and we'll make that happen.
Speaking here with Daniel Santiago, 2022 defensive tackle and nose guard, coming out of Utica Proctor in New York and Horizon in Arizona. You went over to Arizona so you could have a season. You know that even without coronavirus, it's not, Central and Upstate New York doesn't get the respect that it deserves when it comes to their student athletes, especially when it comes to football. What would you say specifically to Central and Upstate New York student athletes about their dreams and their aspirations and not giving up, even though the state of New York, in my opinion, really doesn't get what it deserves?
I'm not gonna go out and say move across the country, but don't stop working. Don't let a small bump in the road, like not having football for one season, stop you from working on what you want in life. I feel like, obviously, I don't want to sound overly confident, but I feel like if you put your mind, like I said, if you put your mind to something and you want to do it, then you can do what it takes to do it, and just don't let anything small stop you.
People have opinions, Daniel. People say things. Things are on social media. Some people don't have the best home life. Some people have naysayers that are in their ear all the time. Sometimes all they have to do is click a button and they'll see it online. Some people hear it when they're walking through the halls of school. What would you say to people that are listening to the outside voices and not listening to the voice inside their heart?
Yeah, so things are like that even when you do good. Like, there's people around here saying saying negative things about my journey, and doing extra stuff like unfollowing on social medias and just not showing any the same it was before. And I feel like I expected it. It's gonna come with this thing I'm trying to do, and it's nothing that I'm gonna put my head down over. I'm just gonna keep pushing like I've been doing the whole time. Just don't let, like I'm trying to say is, don't let people knock you off of what you're trying to do, because that's what they're trying to do. Don't let them win, and don't let them get their way.
Daniel Santiago getting the offer from Arizona. Awesome moment. Well, how did the family respond? Bring me into, how everybody, obviously mom and dad are a part of this and whatnot, but who did you talk to first? Who did you hear from first? Bring me into all that.
Yeah, so obviously we're in our car on the way to Syracuse to go to that Tully's. We're in the phone call. I put it on speakerphone, and my mom, she probably doesn't want me to say this, but she was in tears the whole time, bawling her eyes out, happy tears, and, she was proud that, things are starting to pay off. My dad, he was very happy. I talked to, mostly family first. My girlfriend, Sierra, she was proud, everyone just, they're proud and, to have been a part of it, and they know that it's not over yet.
Daniel, we know that you have one season left, and there's a question mark of how things are going to go. it paid off for you to do what you did. It paid off to make the sacrifices that you made. Making those sacrifices, even if you didn't get this offer right now, even if we were talking and there were no offers yet, would you still feel like the sacrifice to go play in Arizona was the right one?
Absolutely. Like I said from the beginning, there was a big jump in, everything when I first moved out there. Even, if it wasn't for football, even if the football part wouldn't have paid off, it was a great experience. It meant a lot to me. It shaped a better person out of me, and a stronger person, a mentally tougher person. I feel like I got more positive, for moving away and being with new people with new goals. Well, not really new goals, but a new way of achieving these goals. I feel like not only like you said, not only in football, but it shaped me as a person. I'm truly glad I made this decision.
And before I let you go, I mean, Division 1A, FBS, Power 5, we've spoken about, that. I mean, when people get their first offer, it could be a D2, could be a D3, could be a Division 1 AA, FCS. All offers, count in my book, and they all matter, and they're all special. To get an offer that's at the top right now, when we're talking about Division 1A, FBS, to have that come through, does that kind of... I want to find the right word for that. I don't think legitimize is the right word, but when you get that offer, like you dream of playing college football, and then when somebody says, yeah, I think you're good enough to do it, I don't want to put it on somebody else and say, well, because they think you're good enough, you're good enough. You got to believe that, and even if they don't, you got to keep believing that. But when you get that first offer, what does it do to your mental? What do you think of when somebody says, hey, I agree with you that you should play college football at the highest level?
I mean, mentally, like I said before, all it does is, inspire me and motivate me to keep going and to add more to the table. Just not stop grinding. I'm not doing this for no reason, obviously. Yeah. And I have an offer. So, I mean, it's not, as big as it may seem. In reality, it's one offer, that can be, given or taken at any time. Obviously, I'm very appreciative for it, but I can't just stop and just sit down and wait for more to happen. I'm going to keep working, and hopefully we get more out of this, and hopefully we can get where we want to be in life.
It's Daniel Santiago, 2022 defensive tackle and nose guard, coming out of Utica Proctor of New York and most recently Horizon in Arizona, speaking with us on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, fresh off of getting his first college football offer coming from the Pac-12 and the University of Arizona. Daniel, I know that you got the right mindset. Keep working. This is the first chip. There's many more chips to fall and many opportunities to come. So keep working, keep believing in yourself, and knowing that you can do it. No matter what anybody says, I know you'll keep working. And, positive, negative, or indifferent, I know that you will stay on your positive side and be good to yourself and do what you can. Congratulations on Arizona. I'm extremely happy for you. What did I say last week when we talked? I said, I look forward to speaking with you about these offers. I know that you're going to get the offers. I know they're going to fall. I know they're going to happen. When you're talking to someone who's a good kid, who's working hard, I just believe that God takes care of the good, even when people don't think he is. So I believe that the offer would come. I'm so happy that we got the first one here. I look forward to talking about the next 5, 10, 12, 2, whatever it may be. But above everything else, Daniel, thank you for working hard. Thank you for being a beacon of hope for people. Thank you for never quitting and for the positivity and for spending some time on the show today to once again show people in the world that when you want your dream, it doesn't matter who doesn't want it for you. It doesn't matter who doesn't believe it. When you want it, you're the only person that has to want it, and you can get it. And I am so, so happy for you that last week I said, I know they'll come, and here we are talking about it already. So God is good, and I'm very, very proud of you, and I hope that only more great stuff comes your way.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the support and the recognition. I appreciate, allowing me to be on here. It means a lot, and, hopefully there's more to come.
Dude, I'm a fan now. I'm sitting here like, I want to put on my Santiago Horizon, jersey customized and whatnot. I'm in your corner. I'm hoping that things, keep rocking for you and keep going well. So keep working hard, stay safe, stay well. Please say hello to the family from me, and I look forward to the opportunity of linking up. And now that you're back here in upstate New York, maybe you and I can meet up and do something special face-to-face. So that's I'm an old school guy, so I appreciate that. So maybe we can work on doing a little special in that respect. And in the meantime, just stay well and stay safe and keep working.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Stay safe.
All right, man. Be good.
You too.
Thank you. That coming from Daniel Santiago here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets life. That's the thing, when you feel something in your gut. Like, I was like, I know this kid's going to get an offer. I know he's going to be okay. I wasn't worried about it. You know what I mean? It's like, and that didn't hit me until it hit me that we were just talking live, that when he was on the show, I was like, I know this kid's going to get something. I know it's going to happen. And then to see it happen is such an amazing, amazing thing. And I'm so happy for him, and I'm so proud for him, and it is. God is good all the time. And I hope nothing but the best for Daniel Santiago. Proudly named our top dog of the week, presented by Canine Camp Dog Daycare and Canine Kampground Dog Boarding. Every single week, right around 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we honor our top dog of the week. And this week, coming off of his first college football offer, just a week from the last time we spoke and the first time we spoke, Daniel Santiago has the University of Arizona, and hopefully the floodgates are open and greatness will continue to flow through. We'll take a step aside for a fast break and be right back after this on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora.
Avicoli's Restaurant, located right at the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road, is proud to be your local neighbor, growing with you for over 20 years. We're open 7 days a week for lunch, dinner, and drinks. For takeout, delivery, or catering, call us at 315-622-5100. When you order online and use our promo code AVS10, you will save 10% on your online purchase at myavicoli's.com. And make sure to join us monthly for our live on-site broadcasts centered around Liverpool athletics. Avicoli's, your local, trusted neighbor right at the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road.
Having peace of mind when you're out of town that your furry-loving friend is safe and sound means taking them to Canine Kampground, because we all know that when it comes to the love of our pets, it goes well beyond the call of duty to make sure they're safe and sound. Right, Lily? So take a ride to 242 Johnson Street in East Syracuse, New York, and see Canine Kampground and where your dog will be staying, in the classic cabin, the executive cabin, the grand cabin, or of course the luxury cabin, because if you know Lily, you know she loves luxury. Now you don't have to wait to the last minute to find a family member or a friend that'll take your dog for a few days. Call Canine Kampground at 315-299-4013. That's 315-299-4013. Their drop-off and pickup times are Monday through Sunday. Check K9Kampground.com for more information. That's the letter K, the number 9, and campground spelled with a K.com. K9Kampground.com.
When you're going out of town, bring your dog to Canine Kampground.
Trapper's Pizza Pub, located on 5950 Butternut Drive in East Syracuse. Right off of Bridge Street is your local community supporter right around the corner. Join us on site at Trapper's Pizza Pub for our live monthly broadcast supporting Central New York student athletes and their sports programs. Call 315-438-4444 for more information. And find us on Facebook and Instagram at Trapper's Pizza Pub. Trapper's Pizza Pub, your local community supporter, right around the corner.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. I want to thank my truly amazing guest today, obviously Juanita Ward, for being with us with Lead, Learn, Evolve, Adlib, and Deliver, speaking on the topic this week, which is being just one phone call away, and how important it is to make that phone call if you need to talk to someone special, and to be that phone call if somebody needs to talk to you. So the importance of all of that. I thank Juanita for being a part of the show. Obviously, the Annoying Moment of the Week brought to you by Carvel DeWitt, which today was about asking the supermarkets and all these places that have carts, anywhere that has a cart, to clean your carts. You did it before. Corona's still here, they tell us. So why did you stop? Also, open up your lanes so we can socially distance and get the heck out of the store. And when you're going through security at the airport, please don't make somebody feel like they have to literally undress themselves while they're standing in line for security just because they think that you're going to be antsy behind them. Take a deep breath, realize it ain't all about you, and we'll all get through security a little bit better without causing people anxiety. Let's be nice. Top Dog of the Week, honoring Daniel Santiago. A big shout out to him as well, and thank you to Tito for all your kind words, sir, and for letting us know about Daniel Santiago, giving us that update immediately that Daniel had gotten his first offer from Arizona. As Daniel Santiago released here on the show today, he has a call at noon Eastern time with UConn, so stay tuned to our social media to see if anything comes out of that. Facebook at WakeUpCallDT, Twitter at CallDT, and Instagram at WakeUpCall_DT. And of course, stay close to his Twitter handle at Boobie Athlete. That's BOOBIE Athlete on Twitter. You could check that out as well. You could also look up Boo Bie Santiago on Facebook, and you can look up 5005IE. So the B's are turned into fives. You can look that up on Instagram to follow Daniel Boo Bie Santiago. Boobie's his nickname. So at the number 5005IE on Instagram. So make sure you check it out there for any news coming up here about UConn or about anybody. So, speaking of football, I'm ecstatic of what's coming up this week. Very, very excited about what's coming up football-wise. This NFL championship round, talked about it with Papa Joe, spoke about it with Mike Sofka, and I just really am excited. I love championship. Championship Sunday is going to be awesome. These four teams are incredible. The Bucs and the Packers, the Bills and the Chiefs, looking at all of this and everything that it could be. This is a really, really special time for the NFL. First and foremost, that we had a season, that the season has not been halted at any point. I mean, think about this. People didn't know if we were going to have a football season. We had a football season. They didn't know if it was going to start. It started. No weeks had to get canceled. Yes, a few games got moved around, but in the grand scheme of things of dealing with 32 NFL franchises, there was, 5-6 teams that had to move this or move that out of 32. The Titans had a few issues here and there. You know what I mean? So seeing that all these teams got their games in, got it all done, the NFL had whatever plan they had. And if they had to plan it on the fly or they had it planned in advance, the plan worked. We got a season. We got through the regular season. We're 2 games away from finding out who's going to be in the Super Bowl. So the NFL, to me, did it successfully. And if the NFL can do it with 32 franchises all over the country, then our governors and senators and this, that, and whoever and mayors all need to understand, if you can do it in the NFL with 32 franchises all over the nation, then you can do it with high school teams playing football in the same area or a few miles away within the same state. There's no excuse why there's not high school football when the NFL is doing what they do. I understand they have more money and they can test and they can do this, that, and whatever, but find a way to test. Here's the thing. If the government wants to make so many decisions, how about this government? How about you make the testing free for the high schools? How about you cover the cost? You already do so much not for us. How about you do something for the kids? If it's all about the kids, then prove it. Put your money where your mouth is and give them the testing for free. Allow all high schools to have it because high schools have different money and different means and different resources. Make it equal, do what you can, and stop telling the kids they can't play because it's not safe. Obviously, the NFL has proven it's safe. College football got through it and proved that it was safe. So we know that we could do it. And if this team's been tested correctly, and this team's been tested correctly, and neither team has the virus of the kids that are playing on the field, you can't spread a virus. For the 100 millionth time I've said this. You can't spread a virus you don't have. If I don't have it, and my buddy doesn't have it, and we hang out and people go, wow, why are you hanging out with your friends? It's coronavirus. Shouldn't be hanging out with your friends. If they don't have it and I don't have it, then I can't give it to them. So what does it matter if I hang out with somebody who doesn't have it and I don't have it? So the reality of it all is the NFL has proven, college football has proven that we can get it done. Syracuse University in this community has proven that they can get it done. They never had to cancel a week. So to keep high school sports out, to keep football out, here in the state of New York especially, where we've been reeling and dealing with all of this, it is not only wrong, it is ignorant, it is naive, it is not backed by facts and truth. So, with all due respect, I know that it's nice to carry your wand and have your crown, but it's time to put the crown on the throne. It's time to return the staff to its holder and act like a human being and let these kids play football. That's what I got to say. Ecstatic about the NFL, ecstatic about the opportunity of what's coming up here in the NFL. And so excited. The championship round, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Green Bay Packers. People are terrified that Tom Brady is going to do it again. Aaron Rodgers is fantastic. They both wear the number 12. Such a cool thing seeing them go up against each other. Two of the best in the game, and if not the top two best in the game. And I know people argue Pat Mahomes and all that, and I get that. And then you have Pat Mahomes, arguably, and you have Josh Allen. And I say Pat Mahomes arguably because you question how concussion protocol typically takes, 7 days, 8 days, a week and a half. And in the case of Pat Mahomes, it looks like it's going to take about 15 seconds. But, if he is playing, then, things will obviously be interesting. Now, Chad Henne, if he's playing, he was able to finish the game against Cleveland and win 22-17 in a close one. I also want to give some credit to the Cleveland Browns and not just say that, the game was close because Chad Henne had to come in, but that the Cleveland Browns have actually had themselves a nice season. So, and now the longest streaks of not making the playoffs were with the Bills and the Browns. The Bills got rid of that a few years ago. The Browns got rid of theirs this year. So shout out to both of them. But you got two young quarterbacks. If Pat Mahomes plays, and Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. And on the other side, you got two vets in Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. This is a fantastic thing. And no matter what happens, you're going to have one vet going to the Super Bowl, and you're going to have one young quarterback going to the Super Bowl. Because you got the two older guys and the two younger guys arguably playing against each other, but it could be Chad Henne versus Josh Allen. And this is setting up to be something incredible and spectacular. I could not be happier with this Final Four. And none of these teams are the teams that is the team I root for in the comfort of my own home as a fan. But as a fan of the game and as a fan of sports, I think it's great that we got through the season. I think it's great that we did it safely. I think it's great that, nobody passed away and nothing's going on in that respect, that we know of anybody being sick. So first and foremost, health was taken care of. Secondly, the season went off without really many hitches. We did it on time. We got to where we are right now. We're still going to have the Super Bowl coming to us at the beginning of February, and I'm ecstatic. These Final Four are going to be incredible. My picks are the Packers and the Bills, but literally I know that this could be any concoction and combination because the teams are that good. Let's take a final step aside here on Wake Up Call and wrap up the week right after this.
Cafe Cabal Mobile Cafe brings the cafe experience to you. We'll roll out to your neighborhood or office, ready to serve our locally crafted espresso bar to our loyal patrons. Inquire at cafecabal.com. Cafe Cabal, coffee for the soul.
Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory, located on 201 7th North Street in Liverpool, is home to over 40 flavors with more than 200 flavors in their total wheelhouse. Sky's the limit for this sweet and savory Central New York company. Keep it local at your parties, fundraisers, wedding showers, baby showers, and more by calling 315-450-MA-PA. That's 315-450-6272 for popcorn bars with custom flavors and colors at your upcoming event. Make sure to visit them on 201 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. And for more information, go to maandpassnacks.com. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory. How corny are you?
The Millhouse Market, located on 3790 New York 13 in Pulaski, New York, is worth the drive every time. Make sure you make your way out there and download their app, which is very user-friendly and easy to navigate through. You get that app and you will have everything at your fingertips for the Millhouse Market, from their breads to their salads and their quinoa bowls, their rice bowls, their desserts, their brick oven pizzas, and of course those sandwiches that are named after the families that helped to settle today's Pulaski, making it ingrained in the community, ingrained in our taste buds. They have contactless pay. Not only do they have a user-friendly app, but they have contactless pay on the app itself, and they have the ability for you to just drive up and get it at their drive-through window. That's right, a local place with a drive-through window, making it easy, keeping us safe, and helping us to have those flavors that we love and the ones that we didn't even know how much we would love, just by ordering on that app, the Millhouse Market, on the Google Play or Apple App Store, putting the order in and picking it up in the drive-up window. On the weekend, so including right now, they are open for their bistro inside, so you can finally dine into the Millhouse Market. After all the restrictions and everything with coronavirus, you're now able to dine inside once again. And they have their general store open where you can pick up local products from local companies. So, the Millhouse Market, multifaceted and multi-layered to give you something different, something special, something unique, and something that comes with a lot of tender love and care. We appreciate the Millhouse Market for all that they do to be truly worth the drive every time to 3790 New York 13 in Pulaski, New York. With that being stated, again, I would like to thank Carvel DeWitt with the Annoying Moment of the Week, Juanita Ward and Chick-fil-A Cicero with Learn, Evolve, Ad-Lib, and Deliver, our acronym LEAD, and then obviously Daniel Santiago being honored, and a congrats to him for the University of Arizona offer he just picked up, and hopefully plenty more to come, as he was honored this week as our top dog of the week, presented by Canine Camp Dog Daycare and Canine Kampground Dog Boarding. I want to thank all of my absolutely positively tremendous guests this week. This has been a week to remember, with fantastic conversations, uplifting conversations that are timeless, and you can go back and find them on our many different avenues. You can search, they'll be added to these if they haven't been already. A lot of the videos have been added to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. You can also look for the audio being added to iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, MixLR. They're already on our archive here on the live feed, which also has an archive. Podbean, TuneIn, and Stitcher. Search Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora to pick up the shows from this week. A big thanks to Daniel Santiago, as well as Ray, Travis, and Rick for our video conversation, our video chat, and audio chat yesterday on the coaching carousel, the NFL championship round, the NBA woes, Urban Meyer to the Jaguars, and the Jags having the number one pick. Of course, Papa Joe, as always, and what he brings to the table. Syracuse alumni coming to the show. Preston Schumpert being on the broadcast this week, that I want to thank him so very much for, as well as Danny Shays of Syracuse basketball history. We also featured Demetrius Nichols and Eric Devendorf, and from Syracuse football history, and just a tremendous story as a human being in general, Jim Durin being a part of the show, and Mike Sofka of Hall of Fame Fantasy Football.com here with us with the Fantasy Football Power Hour, proudly presented by the Wildcat Sports Pub every single Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Want to shout him out and tell you to join our Facebook group, which is called Winning Fantasy Football. You can search for it in the Facebook search bar, and you'll find it there. Obviously, the ingredients to success. A big thanks to Avicoles for bringing us that from the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York. Make sure you're listening and watching Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora live Monday through Friday on Facebook.com/LiveNowDT, as well as making sure that you find us on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt, and on wakeupcalldt.com live Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. A big shout out on social media as well. You can find us at wakeupcalldt on Facebook, at calldt on Twitter, and at wakeupcalldt on at wakeupcall_DT on Instagram. Thanks to our Central and Upstate New York partners of Carvel DeWitt, the Wildcat Sports Pub, Cafe Kubal, Avocolis. Go to myavocolis.com and use the promo code AVS10 for 10% off. Chick-fil-A Cicero, Canine Camp Dog Daycare, Pizza Man, Canine Kampground Dog Boarding, Honda City of Liverpool, the Millhouse Market, and Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory, where you can get 20% off by using my promo code in any one of the 50 states. Go to maandpazpopcorn.com. They ship to all 50 states from maandpazpopcorn.com. Use the promo code DT20. If you're doing in-store pickup and you're here in the Central New York community, you can still go online and place your order and mark it in-store pickup and still get 20% off by going to maandpazpopcorn.com. So it helps the locals and it helps people around the country. Go to maandpazpopcorn.com and use the promo code DT20. That's DT20 at checkout for 20% off all online orders. And remember that the refillable tins are half off, half price refills for the rest of your life, and they have the teams that are still left in the playoffs. So go out there and while supplies last, try to get your Green Bay Packer, Tampa Bay Buck, as well as your Buffalo Bill, of course, and your Kansas City Chief tins at Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory on 201 Old 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. God bless you. I appreciate you so very much. Work to have as little stress as possible, and please do your best as always. God bless, no stress, do your best. And on the day that Hank Aaron had passed away, and obviously we'll talk about this more, but on the day that Hank Aaron has passed away, God bless to who I consider the home run king, 86 years old. We will miss you. God bless you. Give Floyd a hug for me. I'll talk with you soon.